All right, guys, what's up? Bears fans, huge day. You guys are awesome. Before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at All Things QB. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TJenkinsElite. I'd love to interact with you guys, answer any questions you have. But let's jump into it. Today we're showing how Justin Fields can fit into the Chicago offense / with Matt Nagy. So we've got some really good stuff. There's not a direct one-to-one correlation on a lot of these. So a lot of these are general concepts that we were able to pull and say, hey, listen, here's how this concept marries to this. So I don't want to say there's direct one-to-one correlation, and that was some criticism that I had received about the Bridgewater video, is there's never going to be direct one-to-one correlation, right? We're never going to be able to find the exact same play against the exact same coverage with the exact same defensive player with the exact same defensive reaction, right? That's kind of it's kind of a straw man argument. What we are going to be able to do is say, hey, listen, here's how some concepts are similar, and here's how you can fit within an offense. And then naturally, maybe how Mitch or Nick struggled in those systems, whereas Justin could probably succeed. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. The first clip we've got for you guys, and the first thing that I really want to demonstrate is, you know, we talk a lot about hunting at the quarterback position. Hey, we want our guys to be hunters. We want them to attack a defense. So right here, what we've got from Chicago is really we've got, you know, what we would call a heaven route paired with a more of a sail. So look, you've got the outside receiver on a heaven route, which is really going to be just lean inside and then stick and keep this high angle on the corner route, okay? Then what you've got is a tight end on the sail route. They're really trying to open up the sail, and then you've got the back down flat. Your read generally on this is, hey, let's go ahead and alert the deep shot, meaning, hey, take a peek at it. If you can get it, go ahead and take the shot. If not, let's go ahead and get down to that sail route. Sail's not there. Let's get to our back. Okay, Detroit, super easy. They're just in cover one hole. What does that mean? Hey, we've got man-to-man, 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 man-to-man. We've got a little hole player here, and then we've got our safety deep. Okay, so just cover one hole. Nothing crazy. Okay, boom. You're going to see Mitch right here. He releases the ball already. So you know he's not really, in my opinion, giving this heaven, sorry, that's the wrong one, not giving this heaven route a shot. I'd love to see, and you're going to see a couple steps later. And again, granted, even if this DB doesn't fall, if he keeps his footing, I think there's an argument to be made to put this thing on the front pylon and hunt. You know, Mitch does a decent job, right? He comes off the play fake. He does a decent job. The tight end's open. Gives him a catchable ball. I think that was more of a, that's more on the tight end than Mitch. With that being said, man, you know, when you talk about hunting at the spot, right? Talking about hunting at the quarterback position, you know, there's an argument to be made to go ahead and hunt here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Justin running this. So it's obviously at Ohio State. He's not going against NFL defenses. So again, not a direct one-to-one, but what we've got is we've actually got a great under center look at play action too. And look, we've got this sail inside, and they just pair it with a motion to the wheel, and that's their like, hey, go ahead and alert the wheel, right? But then get down to the sail and then down to the back, okay? Again, not the exact same defense, right? More of a cover two look where you've got the press to flat who's going to carry with a vertical number two. You've got the deep half, curl, mid-hook, curl, okay? You can see Justin, though, comes off of this. And listen, you know, this in the wide open window, and you can just see the velocity in which he drives a shot that turns into a touchdown. Okay, so again, Mitch and his decision to throw the sail wasn't inherently a poor decision. It's that when you look at the Chicago offense, there were opportunities to hunt with the football that maybe Mitch and Nick didn't take advantage of. Now, do I know exactly if Matt Nagy coaches them to disregard the shot? No, I don't know exactly if that's the case. What I would say is it'd be highly unlikely to not alert the vertical, okay? The next general concept we're going to talk about, so that was hunting at the quarterback position and where I think Justin Fields is going to do a really good job in the Chicago offense. Now we're going to talk about working off a squeeze, okay? Working off a squeeze is a general concept where it's, hey, we've got this hank route here, or a deep hank, or something that's going to stress the middle of the defense. Then based off of what defensive person squeezes to cover it, right? That's your next read. So it's not necessarily a 1 to 2 to 3. It's more of a 1, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, meaning, hey, whoever off a squeeze, that's your next guy. Okay, so you can see the Falcons are in just like a super easy deep hank with sit routes, and then they've got hitches outside, actually. Or, sorry, Chicago's in that. The Falcons are in a pretty exotic look right here. They're trying to make it look like cover 1 or 3 or 1 hole. In reality, they're getting a 2 Tampa, so you're going to get deep half, Tampa runner. And we love spacing. We love these kind of concepts, horizontal spacing against Tampa. So here's where, again, and you know, this to me is where I struggle with Mitch when I watch him on tape. Boom. Hank route's open. Okay, so I know that hey, off a squeeze, but if ain't nobody covering him, let's just go ahead and throw the hang. Why make it hard on yourself and read out the squeeze? Okay, he fits the ball in. It's a great ball. Boom. Good gain. But, you know, let's look from the tight. It's pretty clear that this guy's a Tampa runner if you put your eyes on him. You know, that's a pretty clear Tampa runner. Sorry about the film skipping there. But you can see, Hank's wide open, okay? Again, we worked it, so it's fine, right? It was a completion. But to me, it's just not ideal, okay? This is what I love, man. Another just general squeeze concept. So again, is it direct 1-to-1 correlation? No, okay? But you ain't going to find that. So check this out, guys. What we've got is we've got the deep hank here, okay? And then we've got this are the curls they're working off a squeeze. So very similar concept where, boom, we're going to hit the deep hank if we have it. If not, we're going to grab these squeezes, okay? So check it out. Clemson's just more in like a catch quarters, okay? You know, that's really hybrid man because you got the man backside, but they're just more in a catch quarters. So check this out. Boom. This linebacker sits, taking the deep hank away. Justin scans, delivers a strike off of the squeeze, right? So you saw the squeeze inside, boom, delivers the curl. And again, it's just another off a squeeze concept. Clemson's also just confused, if we're being honest. Okay, but look, you can see this, man. Boom. Easy money on the squeeze. Resets, dime. It's as good as it gets. That's off a squeeze. Okay? Now what I want to talk a little bit about is deep over ability. Fitting in that deep over. The deep over is the most common route, I think, in today's NFL. I think we see non-stop deep over, whether it's off a Samurai, which is a play that we're going to install next week, or if it's off of Jalapeno, right? Which, again, these are all just names of concepts. Like, you guys don't have to memorize this stuff. With that being said, let's talk about deep over ability. So the Bears are in just like a pretty simple concept. We've got go, we've got the mesh with the deep over. You know, you can make the argument that it's 4 verticals. It's not, you know, because they're trying to really hit this deep cross. Anyways, what you're going to see the Falcons in is, this is pretty awesome. They're in what we would call cover 1 double robber, meaning they got 2 robbers underneath plus the cover 1 player. This safety is actually pretty aggressive and jumps the deep over. So Mitch ends up taking and throwing the one-on-one matchup here. Terrible decision? No, I don't think so. Hunting at the position? Yeah. 3rd and 7? I would rather see him drive this. And I know people are going to say, well, it's doubled. No, yeah, it is. But come on, let's be real. This guy's getting flat. That's an easy money ball. Like, it's not like we're facing, like, insanity where this guy's jumping it. He's in a trail, too. You can fit this in. It's a big body tight end. He'll catch it and get down. Instead, on 3rd and 7, we throw the go, which, again, you know, it's not a 50-50 ball when it's, you know, you're running back outside, right? That ain't 50-50. If this was a dominant X receiver, sure, throw the go. But it ain't. And to me, I struggle with that. Let's go ahead and check it out because from the tight, I think it gives you a better look at this deep over. Like, it is definitely a tough throw, but you can body that up. Okay. Again, inherently poor decision? No, because anytime you have a good matchup, you can take it. You can hunt with the football. Do I think that throwing to your back on a go on 3rd and 7 is a great call compared to trying to body up my tight end on a deep over? No, I don't think it's great. We're going to see a very similar concept, right? We've got the deep cross paired with a go. This time Ohio State just pairs it with a dig backside. Okay, Alabama's in 2-man. You'd have man-to-man underneath. You're going to have 2 deep. Okay, watch. You're going to see Justin Fields, pretty similar situation, just this safety's not as on top of it, but guy draped on his back, absolutely deliver a strike. Okay? And I would make the argument that going against Alabama is as close of a, simulation to what he's going to see on Sundays are. But this is what I'm talking about, where it's like if someone's in trailing on your back, the deep over's not covered, right? Trailing on your back, body him up. Body him up. If you're an elite quarterback, you body him up. Justin Fields does a great job. To me, deep over ability. There's another way that he fits this offense tremendously. Here's my favorite, okay? I don't have everything drawn up on these because this is just more of an ability perspective. It's pocket movement to a shallow runner, okay? So the pocket's definitely going to break down here on Mitch, okay? What he does have is a guy who's running full speed on a shallow to green grass, okay? We take a sack, unfortunately. And there's a little scuffle that breaks out. Okay, so you're going to look at it from the tight. And this is kind of not really a great sack to take. This pocket slide right here, boom, great pocket slide. Now just throw this out in front of him. Okay? To me, that's the panic of maybe not fully comprehending the system and where I have guys coming to on each play. And again, I don't want to levy criticism that I don't know exactly I don't know the exact coaching in which he's getting coached. That was terrible word choice. Terrible word choice. I don't know exactly what's getting poured into him. What I could tell you is that when you have a shallow runner crossing face and a sitting linebacker and the pocket's chaotic, you can go ahead and dump to him. Okay, no matter who your coach is. Now I want to show you guys Justin Fields in a very similar situation. Not once, but twice. Actually, not a similar situation because this is just a straight free runner. So boom, straight free runner at him. Avoids. Boom, I know where my shallow is. Get it to him. Let him go get some yardage. Okay? Watch this. Straight free runner. This is incredible. Straight free runner, but never mind. See ya? Boom, there's my shallow. Okay? So not once, but twice in the games that I saw is he able to do this. So again, boom, absolute free runner. We're not talking about just a messy pocket. We're talking an absolute free runner, makes a miss, gets to a shallow. Those are the things that I think make, when you can go from a real negative play, a 5-yard loss, a sack, a throwaway, to a positive play. This is a terribly negative play if that's a sack right there. Instead, he gets away from it on 3rd and 3, dumps it down, and what a treat. What a treat. So the last thing we're going to talk about is slot fade, which Ohio State runs it a ton. Chicago runs it maybe as much as Ohio State. So this to me is a direct boom. This is going to be a great thing for him to go in day one, be comfortable with. Well, we've got it right here. We got the slot fade matchup, and we just got the pivot route in the slot. Generally, you're going to read this 1 to 2 if it's man-to-man. If it's zone, you're probably going to read the spot concept backside 1 to 2, okay? They've got man, right? They're just getting cover 1, nothing crazy. They've got a combo. We have it drawn up like this because this is a combination, meaning if he goes in and he goes here, they'll swap. If he were to release vertical and he were to release outside, they'd just lock man-to-man, okay? Nick Foles does a great job reading this out. Something that's extremely frustrating about this, and again, now is this Nick's fault, the O-line, or the system? There's no reason to full slide this thing left. So watch, they get to a full line slide left. Like they're sliding left to account for this guy who's clearly locked in man-to-man. There's no shot in hell that he's not in man. There's no shot that he comes. From a structure of the defense perspective, he cannot come. Unless you're saying what you're worried about is an A-gap pressure and a drop-down safety cover 1, which would just be foolish. If you got that, so what? You beat us, check it to your back. But you don't need to account for him. This really should have been high the mic, meaning, hey, the mic's here, high, move him, and then let's go ahead and turn here so we have 3 for 2, and then whoever adds in. That would have avoided this entire pressure situation here. So that to me is really bothersome. Now, is that the quarterback? Is that the line? I don't know the operation in Chicago. I'd have to say a quarterback can always override the mic call. So it's just bad football. And again, I don't even know, quite frankly, if that was tipped. But let's go ahead and give him benefit of the doubt, say it was. Ohio State, same concept, right? You got the hitch outside, you got the slot fade. They just interchange with a swap release, and they've got what we would call a corner cop, meaning corner stop. A lot of people call it Oscar stop. I call it Oscar stop in St. Louis. We changed it to corner cop here at Jenkins Elite because I think it teaches a better thing, right? It's a corner cop, right? Hey, it's corner, but you're going to stop, so we call it the cop, okay? Boom. They're in cover one. Same exact defense. This guy's going to fire and add in. The Ohio State line has this picked up because they have the correct mic call, but I digress. Okay. Boom. Watch Justin. This is a perfect shot. One other thing I want you guys to note, and we'll note it on the tight. Watch his eyes. His eyes go right down the middle. Why? To hold this safety inside. He knows that he's got the matchup. All he has to do is hold him. He does a great job of holding him. Receiver beats the one-on-one matchup. Boom, he throws a touchdown. So, listen, I think if I'm a Chicago Bears fan, there's a lot to love about how Justin fits into this offense. The worry, of course, would be, was it Mitch, was it Nick, or was it Coach Nagy and the system, okay? After watching the tape, to be honest with you, I think the system's pretty darn good in Chicago. I think they just need to have a guy that they need to find the right quarterback to come in, and maybe they need to get better at teaching it, right? You can't always let these guys off the hook. It's all about how you teach the game. Ultimately, we're all teachers, right? And if Chicago needs me, go ahead, pick up the phone. You can call me. I'd love to come up there and help Justin. But listen, he's going to hunt. He's great at working off the squeeze, which is littered throughout the Chicago offense. His deep over, man, he drives it with velocity. It's, again, littered throughout the Chicago offense. Pocket movement to shallows. Chicago runs mesh, they do drive, they do everything that you're going to see a shallow runner, and he does a great job navigating the pocket and knowing where those guys are, and then finally slot fade. I think Justin clearly fits this offense. Now, it's going to be about how they coach him during OTAs, training camp, how they get him up to speed. But there's a lot to love. So, listen, I'm a big fan. I'm excited to see how he does in Chicago. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, share it if you don't mind. I'd love for you to subscribe, share, retweet, whatever the heck you're doing. Thanks for tuning in, and if you guys have any questions, please comment them, and I'll do my best to get to them. All right, guys. Bye.